The other day, my family loaded up in the minivan with some skates and scooters and headed to a cul-de-sac that most of them had never been to before. Why? Because one of their friends' grandfathers lived alone on that cul-de-sac. So they called ahead and said, "We're headed over just for a visit at a safe distance." A few hours later, several scraped knees and several Beatles songs sung by our friend Dennis, and tears were shed in gratitude of the good that had taken place. Truth be told, our kids didn't want to go at first. Now they can't wait to go back. Hebrews 10:24 says, let us think of ways to motivate one another toward love and good deeds. And one of the best ways I know how is to tell stories of good going on. Here's another one. A woman in our church went to CanyonRidge.org and clicked on I Can Help. This week she got matched up with someone, a foster parent, who needed groceries. So she delivered them, but then she sent an email about her experience, and she said this: I wanted to share my I Can Help experience with you and the church family. As I was explaining to the woman who I was, how I got her information, and why I was calling, she started crying. We both cried, actually. She said that this was the break she was praying for. She told me that she's been struggling ever since the shutdown and that she would cry in the bathroom alone, so the boys couldn't see her upset almost every night. When I delivered the groceries to her, I started taking them from the trunk, and her face lit up with relief as well as tears of joy. I found out that she's been a single foster mom for a few years now. We chatted for about an hour about the struggles, ranging from a fire in their home to her job not starting because of COVID-19. She told me that I was the first person she had spoken to since the shutdown. That's awesome. We should celebrate groceries going to a family in need, especially when it's an answer to a prayer they've been praying to God. But don't miss the difference this also made in the life of the one who delivered the groceries. With God, it's always, always both. He makes a difference in the one who brings life and the one who receives life. In fact, the lady who sent the email said this: this experience was so awesome, amazing, heartwarming, and truly a work of God. Thank you. I would love to do it again. So let's motivate each other. I bet you have great stories too. Stories of time that God has brought you life as you brought life to others. So whether it's you receiving life from other people or bringing life to people, let's tell the stories in the comments. Let that be practice, and then turn around and share those stories in person with those in your neighborhood or with some friends online. There was a line at the end of this email I didn't read, but it's so important. She says this: I told her to call me and text me whenever, and that God is looking out for her and her boys. She asked me, what church do I go to, and do they have services online? I said absolutely, and I invited her to check out CanyonRidge.org. That's worth celebrating. Of course, we're happy and excited when people get much needed resources, but we never celebrate more than when people take any step, even small steps, in the direction of Jesus. It's the whole goal of us bringing life to others. And this is happening all across our city. In fact, just because our campuses are closed doesn't mean that even a huge step toward Jesus, baptism, isn't still happening. Check this out. How great is that? So right now, head to the comments and tell a simple story to motivate all of us of time that life was brought to you, or what God did in you when you brought life to other people. Let's motivate one another. Let's spur one another on. Let's inspire one another toward love and good deeds.